More and more fermentation products are coming into the mainstream these days, and it's for a really good reason. They transform foods that we know into new and exciting flavors. And today I have my brother Pete with me, and we're gonna make some Lacto Fermented Blueberries from Noma's Guide to Fermentation. Pete, why don't you tell me a little bit about the book?
Noma has been named the world's best restaurant 4 times over, and they've shared a lot of their secrets into the variety of techniques in fermentation in this book, and we're just starting to delve into some of them. Personally, I've made koji, which is a fermented grain, and that has just started to open up a whole new world of flavors and techniques and recipes.
Yeah, what's pretty cool about this lab is that it's really a complete separate entity from the restaurant. So people that work in the fermentation lab, they're not really involved with the day-to-day. They don't have to worry about cutting up ingredients and all that. They can fully just go 100% into fermentation. So in summary, Noma really knows their stuff about fermentation, and they simply define it as the transformation of food by microorganisms, whether it's bacteria, yeasts, or molds.
There are a number of different microorganisms that can be used to ferment food. The one we're going to be working with today are lactic acid bacteria, shortened to LAB, and in the genus Lactobacillus. These bacteria exist naturally on the skins of different fruits and vegetables. We're going to be utilizing lactic acid bacteria for their enzymes, which will transform sugars into lactic acid, creating these sour flavors that we love.
And this is a common fermentation method that is used in foods like pickles and kimchi. Noma defines the basic lacto fermentation process as 1 is weigh your ingredients, 2 is add 2% salt, and 3 is wait until your desired fermentation has been reached.
So we've got some wild berry bushes right over here, and we're going to pick some berries and do a blueberry ferment with lactic acid bacteria.
So as you see, we hit some rain, so we changed locations to under the porch. So now that we have our blueberries picked, I did want to point out that if you are buying from the grocery store for blueberries specifically, or any other fruit or vegetable that you may want to ferment, look for things that are organic or have not been treated with pesticides, because if there are pesticides, that might affect with how much lactic acid is on the outside. Want that good bacteria, or else the fermentation will not be able to occur. And basically all that we need to do now is weigh out. We're gonna do 1 kilogram of blueberries, and then we need to do 2% weight of the salt, and then add in our weight on top, and then let this thing ferment for a couple days, and we'll talk about the process as we make it.
All right, everyone, we're going to switch over to a quick voiceover. So like I said, we need to mix in our salt, which we weighed out 732 grams of our blueberries, yielding 14.62 grams of salt. We rounded up to 15. And then all you need to do is mix these in a separate bowl, loosely just combine everything and pour this into your crock. And then we're going to add a weight on top and weight, and we're going to do this with a water bag. The water bag weight displaces oxygen in the container, which serves 2 very important purposes. 1, the LAB function best in the absence of oxygen, and 2, it excludes potential pathogens which need air cellular respiration that could ruin the fermentation. We also removed the rubber gasket on the jar so that the carbon dioxide gas produced by fermentation can escape. To store these for the fermentation, Noma recommends storing these at least room temperature or 70 degrees Fahrenheit, though they often use 82 degrees Fahrenheit to speed up the process a bit without over-activating the fermentation. Also, if you are using a clear container like we are, do not store these in direct sunlight as it may kill the microbes inside. While we wait, you can't go off and do whatever. You do need to check on the blueberries once a day to taste them to ensure they do not over-ferment, and this is the art part of the cooking. What may taste good to me after 5 days may taste better for you after 7. Generally, these blueberries are going to take around 5 to 6 days at room temperature.
Alright, so we made it to the end, and I believe this is the 6th full day of fermentation. And you really want them to be sour, but you also still want to have that kind of sweetness that blueberries have in them. And I think these are about the right stage for me. You get hit with like a nice sourness on the outside, but then as you bite through it, you still get a little bit of sweetness in there. So we're gonna call them done right here. And all that we need to do is just pull out our bag. But to actually strain these, I've just got a nice funnel and a mesh bag, and we're just gonna pour the juices over into this jar. So now we've got our juice. I'm actually gonna give this just a taste straight up. Ooh, that's really interesting. I think I wanna make like a lemonade where you put in like a tablespoon of that liquid. For our other berries, I'm just gonna drop them straight in here. So we have our fermented blueberry juice and our fermented blueberries right here. And to store these, I'm just gonna cap them up and store them in the fridge. If you like the taste of how they are right now, you're gonna wanna store these in the fridge so they don't keep fermenting and changing flavors. If you left them out on the counter, they would actually keep fermenting. And Noma also says that you can freeze the blueberries very well and then just pull them out when you need. So definitely a lot of different options on what you can use these for. And like I said, we'll be testing some new things and just see what we can come up with. I'm really excited to make some drinks with this juice. And then we'll share that video with you guys next week on Sunday, so you can look forward to that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video and found it informational on lacto fermentation. Hopefully you guys try up some projects, whether it's blueberries or if it's vegetables or any other fruit. Really, you just gotta follow that basic process that we outlined in the beginning, and you can have fermentations going all the time. So I'll catch you guys next week for what we come up with. Peace. And you made sound.
What am I gonna do? Just not leave the house?
Well, go, leave. Now I forgot what I was saying too.
Just for you.